Hello everyone, and welcome to this webinar presenting AGIMENDO.edit and its brand new Excel plugin. It is the first AGIMENDO webinar in English, and hopefully there'll be many more to come. So this webinar is targeted towards every person that is working with ABAP and WebGym Pro as a developer or as a consultant, and any person that is working on master data maintenance and creation and spending a lot of time on it. In this webinar, you will learn what is AGIMENDO.edit and the concepts that it holds. For example, the view and combination, the combination of views, info object, and project together. The user exits and the column extensions to have a personalized experience. Also, we'll see how does the Excel plugin for AGIMENDO.edit works, and well, how it allows you to upload and download data from or into Excel files. As a reminder, at the end of this webinar, you will be able to take a multiple choice test, which can earn you a certificate. There'll be more information at the end of this presentation if you like to take the test. So I am Mathieu André. I'm a junior consultant at IB Solutions GmbH, and I am working since 2014 on AGIMENDO products. I mostly do the development, which means bug fixing, but also new feature implementations. And from time to time, I also work on projects for clients in order to include or embed AGIMENDO in their personal projects. So today we're going to see a general overview of AGIMENDO.edit and its use cases. We'll see what are the basic functionalities that are directly usable. We'll see also the advanced feature, which are the user exits and the column extension that allow for each client to have a personalized view on their data, and also the Excel plugin. We will all of what we'll see will be also shown in a small demo at the end. So AGIMENDO.edit, the product overview and the use cases. Just as a presentation, we will see AGIMENDO.edit today, which is a quick, easy and secure way to maintain your master data. We also have several products as well, like AGIMENDO Process, that allows you to design a process workflow and to control your processes for multiple users and synchronize them, or AGIMENDO Calc, that allows you to build calculation trees for your key figures. Also, you can see we have a small icons on the bottom of the slide. So it represents packages that are dependent of the main products, Edit, Process, and Calc, that allows you to do specific specific tasks. For example, Agimendo Invest, depending from Agimendo Edit, allows you to in an hour to build a new info object for investments, to build the Agimendo views, to use this info object, and the classes, all the ABAP classes that are going to customize the experience for you, and so on. We have also for the cost planning or annotations. Don't hesitate to visit our website, AGIMENDO.de, in order to see all the offers that we provide. So, what is Agimendo.edit? Agimendo.edit is a web-based application for SAP W that allows you to maintain your master data and text for your info objects. Minimum required is that you use the SAP W 7.0 SP50, and you simply get from us a transport request that you have to import on your system. Then, following an install guide and then a handbook provided as well, you'll be able to configure by yourself anything that you would like to see from your info objects. There's of course the possibility to hire a consultant for a day or two in order to configure at the best efficiency your products. You can features from Agimendo.edit is that you are able to control the access of users. You can allow certain users to see or not see your views. Not only users, but as well roles, so a group of users. You can have, in your view, you will see your master data values, but also text values. And who says text says as well multi-languageal support. Every view is extendable with user exits. That we'll see later in this presentation. And yeah, that's about it. Now we're going to see the use cases. Simply put, master data maintenance, planning is Agimendo very good for this. It is also a frequent use case, or use cases, sorry, or reporting and planning with views that are varying according to the user. So if you have some approval system, you can have a view for your requester of the same info object and a view of the approver. A view is, as I said, simply put, the master data table of an info object. But this view is, with Agimendo.edit, completely configurable. Exactly. So the procedure to build a view in Agimendo.edit is simply that you create a view, you configure it to tell it which info object you want to see. There's a lot of options that we'll see later, and then you have a link where you can see your Agimendo view and edit directly in your table the master data. A big plus of this solution is that you can include your view inside of other applications. in order only maybe to show data or simply to replace tables that you already have that are maybe not so practical, and so that you don't need to change your existing workflow. So what are the basic functionalities of AGIMENDO.edit? As I said, first is you have to build a view which will be the equivalent of the master data table for your info object. This view will belong to a project. A project may be containing multiple views, and each view may be containing multiple info objects. For a project, you will assign, you may assign a class of user exits that are going to customize your views. There is a possibility to only set your views as read-only, and you may also choose to assign only specific fields or attributes of your info object in your views. There are for each field, for each attribute, there is multiple options so as to set it editable or not, or mandatory or not. There is also the possibility to automatically generate a value through a user exit, so that when we create a new line, some fields are already filled, like if it's a username, and the username may be only the creator of the line, so that we fill the actual user inside this field, or maybe the actual date. It can be also more a lot more complicated than this, but it's a simple example. Yes, as I said, the view shows the master data table, which is the M table, but you have also the possibility, if your attribute has text, to show either the ID, or the key, or both at the same time. You can choose if you want to show short text, middle text, long text, if they are available. The text can or cannot be editable as well. Yes, we have also options to allow the user, if he can create new data, or is he allowed to edit or to delete them. There is also the possibility to allow to change multiple lines before saving, in order to save time simply. And also you can use BI objects in order to control the access to your views. There is options to configure your view as you see fit, which is the number of rows, number of columns, fixed columns, or columns that even when you scroll on the side will still be visible. There is a possibility to rename the button text. Button could be, as we showed in the previous slide, or create, edit, delete, change, etc., etc. There are also technical settings to know who created the views, to have the current state of the view to be the same after we saved, for example. There is the also the possibility to configure, in the case of multiple language data or multiple language text, to have only showing a specific language or multiple language, and in which oh, excuse me, to have a specific order in the languages, or simply to hide some. Yes, you have also the possibility to configure the column extensions. We will see later what they are. Simply put, it's a column extension is a column that doesn't exist in the master data table, and that we simply add in order to get more information. A simple example is if you have two amounts as attributes, you may, for example, build an additional column to have the sum of it or the difference of the two. It's, of course, to your discretion to choose what you want to do with column extensions. So, advanced features, as we said, there is the user exit. The goal is to the goal is simply to have a configurable and extension that is programmable. In the list of user exits, which is actually not exhaustive, in this list of user exits, I would like to talk about, for example, change alpha in the adapt display. This is a method that you can redefine, and it allows you to have access over the display, the table displayed, and to configure it as you see fit, with specific functionalities for the alpha table, ALV table. For example, if you want that all editable fields are in a particular color, you can do this in this method. This method is called right before displaying the table, so that you have full control over it. Another user exit in filter and sort is the filter language, which allows you to filter languages. There is also the possibility to filter on all the fields, actually on all the fields of your view. If you have filter drop-downs on the top of your application, where you only want to show the entries for 2016, you may use a user exit that will be called right before getting the values from your master data table, in order to filter only, in order to get only the lines that are concerned, which are, for example, 2016. You have also the save and validate user exits. For example, the after save method that allows you, after that you have saved data, to have a particular code. For a lot of time it is asked that after a line has been saved, that we send an email to the person that created the entry, or the person or someone that is concerned by the entry to be contacted, and so we send this email to announce them that there is, of course, more user exits. Everything is available in the handbook that you get once you get the transport request for Agimendo.edit. And the other advanced feature is the column extension. I have already talked a little bit about it. It allows you to show additional information. On the bottom left side, the green or red lights to tell you if something is missing or if the line is actually complete and valid. For example, this column is done through column extensions because it is not an attribute of our info object, but something that we added to the view to get more information, more readability, more feedback on what we do on the data. So last but not least, the new plugin, Excel plugin, has arrived for Agimendo.edit in the last month or two. There is actually an error in this slide. It requires SAP W 7.3 or later, and is working for Agimendo.edit 2.14.1 or later, and it allows you to upload Excel files as CSV or XLSX format into your Agimendo views, which are, when saved, is uploaded into your master data table. You can as well, on the contrary, download tables from your Agimendo views into an Excel file. And there is a syntax check when we upload data. For example, if the table wrongly filled, then yes, the data will be uploaded and you'll get a feedback. When saving, the semantic of the data is checked through user exits customized in Agimendo.edit. So now for a little no, that's not what I wanted to show. For a little demo, I've prepared already, yes, the main applications of Agimendo.edit. So, yes, first, as I said, we need to create a view. I'm going to put it in English. That will be a lot more consistent. Yes. There is also already a big list on our servers of views. There is the possibility here to create a view, give a description, language, and the project name. And the ID of the view, the number of the view, will be automatically generated. In our case, I've already built one. Exactly. So in this application of Agimendo.edit, there is two areas that are important. There is the authorization part, where you can here assign users to your view and allows them to see it. For example, here those two persons are allowed to view see the view 97. There is also the possibility to add roles, so group of users into this authorization process. And as well, here it is possible to manage user exits for our project, where you, for for each exit, you can specify a class name where the code is to be found. Once your view has been created, you can see it in the second application of the AGIMENDO.edit, which is the wizard. Oh, sorry. I'm going to set it to English as well. Yes. For example, here, this is our view 97 for our test. The wizard is separated in 3 different steps. First, we select the view we want to see. Then we select the info object that we want to see that is assigned to this view. You may have multiple info objects assigned to a view, but you will only be able to view one info object at a time in your table. It is not possible to mix them. So for the sake of our demo, I've built this info object, the Excel demo. And the next step is to configure the view. We found the top side, the option that I've talked about in the presentation. For example, the buttons that we want to see with the view, which are actually what actions are allowed with the view, what interactions are allowed in the view. Table configuration, where you can configure the display, really the look of the table. There is also the possibility to rename the buttons, the standard buttons. Translation tab, in order to select maybe specific languages in case of multiple language texts. Here is the possibility to declare new extended columns and the technical settings for the view. On the bottom half of the application, you can see here the list of attributes of the info object that have been assigned to the view. For example, here all of them have been transferred in the view. You have here the main info objects. You have then the language, because it is because there are texts that are language dependent, and multiple various attributes that are usually in which are actually very standard attributes. To configure, as we said, there is the possibility to show only the key or a text with it, in order to have more sense when we see data. There is possibility to, even though the data is in the view, to hide it, because we don't see it anymore, but the logic in the user exits need this value. But the possibility to make it mandatory to have this field, so that it must not be initial. The possibility as well to edit the field, and to use the user exit creation, which means, simply put, that you use a user exit which is called getValue, and that will be called every time you create a new line to automatically generate a value for this field, which may be generated from a number generation object in SAP BW, or simply generated through code in the user exit. When the view is configured as you wish, you have the possibility to have to view it. And it brings us to the third application of AGIMENDO.edit, which is actually the core application. It is the AGIMENDO view finally seeable. In this view, we have all the attributes that we wanted to see that we have configured in our table. In English will be better. Here, for example, as we said, we have texts that are language dependent. Therefore, we need to be able to see the different languages. But as the attributes are not language dependent, there is only one line editable for one key. On the bottom side, we see the buttons that we have allowed for our view. If we want, yes, exactly, we can create a new line, which will be in English. It will be for the year 2015. It will be on the status created. You have the possibility when entering data to have a value help in order to see what values are available for this field. For example, we want to have a status only created. We want an investment as a replacement investment, which is of 2,000 euros. And for as description, it will be, I don't know, new mobile phones, for example, for the company. You save, and if no error is there, exactly, our line is here. We only need to click on save, and the data is in the master data table. You have here a message that lets you know that everything went smoothly and no error has been found. And yeah, that's basically it with AGIMENDO.edit. It's simply altogether master data table, viewable through a customizable UI, and also the possibility to have a check on the values that we insert, and to have specific methods called throughout the use of the application. At last, I'd like to show you the Excel-Upoad plugin, which are those buttons on the top of the view. For Excel import, in order to upload data, there is the possibility to tell that our Excel has headers in the values. We can restrain the values that we want to import. For standard, by default, is every field in the Excel table taken for the import. And once you have done an Excel that you want to import, you can preview the data. Yeah, hide this. You can choose, I've in my Excel, in my Excel data that looks like this. I've made multiple cases where everything goes according to plan, with errors in the syntax and the semantic error, because here weighted is text, so the text is right, but the value doesn't exist in the attribute master data. And as a syntax error, it is here awaited that we give a numeric value, a year, and here when we upload the text, a message will be prompted, an error message will be prompted. So when everything is okay, there is the possibility, you have three parts to the table. One is the configuration of your view that lets you know what fields is what technical attribute. On the right side, you have not an example, because it's only the first lines of your Excel data, of your Excel table that is shown, so that you can be sure that the data that you see here corresponds actually to the field that you want to fill with it. If not, there is a drop-down box in the middle that lets you know, that lets you set a specific column from your Agimendo view to this. For example, actually here everything is correct, but if here was a year, we would say, for example, that it is the C, the plan here. There is also the possibility to not import a column of your Excel data, and you will only skip it. When uploading, actually I need to empty the table first, because I want you to see what happens exactly. So we're going to empty the master data table. Yeah, it's 60, more than 60 entries, so it's a bit long, but bear with me. So the data, a very important point to the upload is that there is two possibilities. If the key combination doesn't exist already in the master data table, a new line is created. But if a key is already there, oh, sorry. So, yes. If a key is already there, we won't create a new line, but we will replace the existing one with the new values in the Excel table. So once we've uploaded, we get a message that tells us that everything went okay. We can simply close the plugin. All the values are inserted in the table. We can still edit them if we want to, if we need to. And once everything has been uploaded and changed as wished, we can save, and we get the message that everything went successfully and the data is here. Now, if we want to import data that contains errors in the let me show you, in the Excel as syntax errors when uploading, we get an error message telling us which row contained an error on which attribute, and there is also the possibility to download an Excel file with only the values that contained an error. As we've seen here, here was expected a year, we get a string, so it's a syntax error, and those lines will not be uploaded, but all the rest will be, so that if there is an error for one line and you want to upload 300 of them, you won't need to do it again. If one line is wrong in 100, you'll have the 99s in your master data table and the possibility to change the one line through this downloaded Excel file and re-upload it later. There is also the possibility to import the CSV file, where you can specify the separator for your CSV, also the break line, and the result will be the same. You can search as well the preview, and then the button upload data will be shown. Lastly, there is also the possibility to download the content of your Agimendo view through this button, where you can simply say that configure if you want to see the read-only columns. With this button, you download your file, and that is the data that we have on the left is also the data that we've downloaded. Simply save this downloaded file, and that is it. Back to the presentation. Yes, I think that is mostly it. As a reminder, don't forget if you want to take this test, it is available through this link. This video will be this presentation will be visible as well on the IB Solution YouTube channel, and the test will be also later available if you watch this video on your own later. There is also a lot of other webinars accessible in this YouTube channel, and for all the webinars to come, please turn yourself to the Agimendo, the academy.ibsolution.de website, where you'll find every information you need for all the webinars to come. Yes, I'd like to thank you for your attention, and if we have any questions, please enter them in the chat of the GoToMeeting application. Genau. Anscheinend haben niemand, sorry, old habits die hard. So apparently there is no questions. I would like to thank you all for your attention, and I think we're gonna stop the presentation. Thank you all, and have a great day.